blow my mind. I'm satisfied with you, baby. You blow my mind. I'm so alive. Outstanding. Girl, you knock me out. Shout out know about the Gap Band. Shout out to Charlie Wilson. Damn. Those brothers made some serious music, serious soul music, R&B music in the 70s and 80s. Killed the game. I got a minute, y'all. My my 10 o'clock had to reschedule, so I got a little time before lunchtime. Well, that's when my next client shows up at 12, so I got a little time to kill, but it was recent conversations I've been having. And it's been coming up in the news and like in social media a lot. If you can read the title of this, it says, this is my own title. It says, make birth control great again and make DNA mandatory, meaning making DNA tests at every child's birth mandatory. That's what I'm talking about. And I was speaking to one of my close friends, female friends. Shout out to Mary Max. We were just having this conversation. We bounce ideas off each other a lot. And we were just talking about situations about how children are born and why they're born and who they're born to, and also in the relationship aspect of it. Like, how come in 2022, I know what we're talking about, what drove me to this. We're talking about how it just seemed to be so random and I'm always confused about my community, about how so many black females just get pregnant just because they're dating somebody, right? I remember a couple of years ago, I put up a post that I posed the question, how come, and it was the post, it said, it was a meme, it said, how come black girls just cannot go out on dates without getting pregnant? And it seems to be the thing. It's like black children, I've always said black children are just born out of just because people having sex. They're rarely ever planned. And you wonder why so many black children and black teenagers and black young adults are so unhappy. They don't really feel loved. They're always attention starved. They appear to be attention starved. Hold on a second, y'all. And so, and we just kind of went into that conversation. And it is the weirdest thing. And please don't tell me about what the men are doing, because men don't get pregnant. And due to the fact that women know that they get pregnant, I don't understand why in 2022 they're still telling men, well, you need to wear a condom. And that's when I brought up the question, why is it that it's almost a penalty to have sex with black females? It's almost like there's a penalty that comes with it to have sex with black chicks. Everyone else is, I guess, quote unquote, having sex. But we have one of them, all of a sudden now, he's somebody's dad. He didn't ask to be. And that's the big conversation that should be continued into 2023. Because I'm wondering why in the hell, every time, you just look, casual sex is what it is. People do it all the time. How come out of casual situations, these chicks end up pregnant? That's why I put up the post, or the title of this is, Make Birth Control Great Again. More babies are born out of wedlock now than they did like 50, 60, 70, 100 years ago, when a such thing as birth control was even around. So how were they able to be so disciplined 100 years ago, as opposed to now we have iPhone 15 now. And we have over 21, 22, 23 forms of birth control for women. Tito, what's good, bro? They act like they just cannot have sex without getting pregnant. It's the weirdest thing. And I know, and it goes to, of course, those of you who are just screaming, well, what about the men? Well, we already know. You say, well, if he don't want no baby, he need to put on a condom. Let's break that down. Do y'all think every man that has sex with a woman, his goal is to get somebody pregnant? Damn. And number two, there are men who've actually, and this has been recorded, men who's actually put on condoms. The condom probably break or there's a hole in it. Maybe use an old one, but still, he took the measures to prevent pregnancy, and she ended up getting pregnant. Now the question becomes: now you saw that he took the measures. He went through all he needed to do to prevent pregnancy, but just so happened the condom probably burst, or it had holes in it, or something. You know that 2% of that 99% came through. So will he still be required to pay child support? You know the overwhelming response is they still would put the dude on child support. Because this is their response. Well, you know, when you have sex, that's one of the possibility of things that happen. And what kind of fucking logic is that? Where's the moral fairness in that? Just because he's having sex, he has to be penalized. When we all know that men don't get pregnant and the women do. I don't understand this. You know, of course, we beat up on Nick Cannon and we beat up on Future, rightfully so, because they're making a choice to do that. But also, are we ever going to bring the hammer down on the women who volunteer to stand in line? Again, I'm going to say it again to all the people with master's degrees and PhDs, to all the folks who grew up in the streets, to all the people who have a lot of sense. Men don't get pregnant, women do. So due to the fact that woman knows that she is the one who, as they love to say, it's the woman who brings forth life. If it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for a woman, you wouldn't be here. Y'all keep saying that. So that means that she makes a choice to get pregnant randomly. And then here you go, all the baby daddies just pile up. That is a huge issue in the black community. That is one of the things that keeps us just continuously on the top of the negative list of things in society. We act as if we cannot control how children are brought here. And it lets me know that our community pretty much don't even care about children. We don't. I don't give a damn what you're saying. I'm going to continue this conversation in 2023. We just have them random. Just because you're having sex, young lady, it means you got to get pregnant. And don't tell me about no damn statistics. Well, you know, if these men would stop leaving their families, then I have to ask you, well, show me the statistics of husbands leaving their families as opposed to baby daddies. Stop choosing baby daddies to be the father of your children, women. How about you choose husbands? Not another woman's husband, but your husband. See, I don't give a damn about grown people. I care about children. See, if you cared about children, you'll be careful in your behavior, but a lot of people don't. And also, we can throw in the whole governmental aspect of it. You know, how they fund women to just breed for the state. And then these women have these children in these poor neighborhoods. And the children got to grow up and fight the elements. Because not only did she have one child, she don't know how to stop at that. She picks another bum, street dude to have a kid with. And that poor child, or those poor children, have to grow up fatherless, and have to fight gangs and drugs and weirdos and all that kind of shit, because they don't have the protection of their dad. And then all this shit about, you know, we hear these chicks, now the big thing the chicks say now is, well, his father's in his life. How come his father's not in the home, helper? And I say this because only women can control this. Women can control if a child has a father or not. So when I see all these fatherless children, that means the women are purposely making sure that the child doesn't have a father. Then you want to throw yourself on the mercy of the social courts. We need help. These children need mentors. We need a mentor for my child because he out here. You know, that needs to stop. And that kind of stuff bothers me, because every time you look around, you see a broken child. If you see a broken black kid, just go back home. You ain't going to see nothing there but a mama, a bunch of sisters, aunties, and a fussy grandma, because she tired of her bringing all them damn children to her house. Make DNA great again. See, we have the solutions to all of this shit. That's cool. How you doing? Good morning. So, the thing is, you know, make DNAs mandatory before any baby leaves a hospital. That's what it should be doing. If y'all want to really know how to use your politics to work for you, Get your little lazy politicians, your state representatives and your councilmen and senators on some shit like that. You know, mainly in the state, because the state is the one kicking everybody in the ass when it comes to child support and family court and all that kind of foolishness. How about you say, hey, and you put your vote in this direction. No baby should not leave the hospital. No baby should leave the hospital unless mother and particularly the father has been established. No baby. And that CPS be there at the door waiting. The baby can't leave unless the father is produced. Because for so many years, women have been allowed by way of the system just put a name on it or just say no father. Because it'll get down to the bottom of this BS. But I know a lot of you don't have too much faith in this because, you know, that'll cut into the profits of child support system because it's all a big racket. And I don't know why we volunteer. So many of us volunteer to be a part of that racket. Even ladies, when y'all get your little money from the state, he might send $300, but you ain't gonna give her $260 of it, or hell, because they gonna get theirs off the top. You might get $250. So if he has to pay $100 a month, you're going to get about a $75 check. So this is the stuff that throws me off while we continue to be handed shovels to dig our own graves. We accept these shovels. And some of us create the shovels to dig our own graves. It needs to stop. So make DNA mandatory for 2023. Make birth control great again. Let me get back on that real quick, y'all. Because I get tired of hearing all the damn excuses the women give. Make him wear a condom, okay. Because all he can do is wear a condom. But if the condom breaks, his ass is still grass. But you got over 20-something forms of birth control. And I'm like, damn. What is it about? Y'all not even teaching young teenage girls. Use the birth control, baby. And first thing they want to say, well, I don't like what the birth control does to my body. It make me gain weight. We don't know what's in them birth control, but y'all take all these flu shots and all this shit. A lot of you took the COVID promotion. You won't seem to be worried about that, but you worried about what that birth control do. Talking about as far as gaining weight. Talking about a lot of these pills and this stuff make me gain weight. What the hell you think pregnancy does? Why do women always being forced to have things put in their bodies? Well, sweetheart, make him wear a condom. Or try other routes. But see, I just said something right there. And I said make him. Because a lot of y'all want to admit out loud that y'all ain't required that the guys wear condoms. So I don't understand. Sounds like to me that you're trying to get pregnant because there's some kind of, number one, some kind of control over the guy you get to have by way of the system. And number two, there's some kind of financial incentive. And you always always talking about what effects it'll have on your body. Well, those of you who've ever had a baby, you know there's a whole lot of effects that happens to one's body and a woman's hormones and her mental health and all of that stuff. But one thing about it, we don't get on birth control. When you get on birth control and you prevent a baby from coming, you don't get into financial straits. You don't go damn near straight to the poorhouse because you didn't make enough money in the first place to have no damn baby. And I'm saying all this to try to encourage y'all to encourage others. Care more about children. Care more about the psychological development of children. Care about the comfortability of children. A lot of us don't give a shit. We just have them. And it's crazy. And I need a lot of you guys, please stop having unprotected sex with these ugly ass hoes. My God. I be walking in Walmart, Kroger, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, just walking wherever. And I see some of the most atrocious looking women with kids. Who's having sex with these people? And don't make me go in on the big girls y'all get pregnant around here. I don't understand. That lets you know we have a low moral code, fellas. Y'all getting strippers pregnant. You nasty dogs. You getting chicks with tattoos all over their body pregnant. Nasty fuckers. Y'all getting, chicks that look like they got, hit in the face with two trucks and backed over by a Pinto. Y'all having raw sex with these ugly ass folks. I don't understand. No, I'm not Denzel, goddammit, but I am a star. So I'm just saying, I'm not the most handsome man, goddammit, but I'm one of them. So this shit don't make no sense. I'm like, I think a lot of dudes are just cause, okay, I'm horny, I'm finna fuck anything that's moving. And that's disgusting. Have some kind of sexual discipline, guys. Because we already see that the women lack it. And we all get horny, baby. Yeah. But to stick your ding-a-ling into anything just so you can bust one off or get that massage, that's weird and it's nasty. Y'all dudes are weird. I've seen you, but that's why a lot of you be in court, standing in court with embarrassed by your baby mama. And I've seen some of them like, my God, you got that pregnant? Whew. I don't understand. Some of your baby mamas are so atrocious, a bunch of rat or insane, physically just unattractive, mentally retarded. And y'all just get anything pregnant. Again, you don't give a fuck about kids. Let me tell y'all something. When I was a little kid in the 70s and 80s, when mamas was coming up to the schools, and other boys did judge your mother. Everybody would come to see, that's your mama, that's your mama. Y'all remember that. They still do it now. I was always so happy that my mother always came to my elementary school, if she ever had come to the school. My mom would dress like she was going to a job interview to have a parent-teacher conference meeting or something. Always dressed nice. She's never a fat lady, so she's always like, she was, in the 80s she got thick, but she never became a fat, slovenly woman like a lot of these chicks out of there. Never ratchet, always very dignified, very ladylike, and she came up very humble, very soft in her presentation. So when she came up, people were like, wow, that's your mother? I'm like, yeah. Oh man, I always got those kind of deals. But then you had those mamas that come up there with their head wraps, ratty t-shirt, or sweatpants, or come up there trying to argue and fuss with the teacher. And they say, man, that's your mama. He like, and of course, kids would break out laughing. And the little boy be just shame and want to fight everybody because his mama came up there only thinking about herself and not thinking about what she does, how she looks, what she says, how it would impact her child. And a lot of mamas are going to these schools only caring about themselves and not caring about how their presence, what they say and how they present themselves, how it impacts their children. So a lot of children are just embarrassed when their parents show up at school. It's just ridiculous. And I have to think again, you guys are getting these kind of folks pregnant. Cut it out. But back to my initial premise. Let's make DNAs so we cut this foolishness out. We have to. Guys, y'all need to stand up. And get some more moral, get a deeper, heavier moral code about yourselves. Because the ladies are not going to do right. Because they make too much money off of doing wrong. The government is paying them not to do right. The masses of sisters are not going to do right as it relates to pregnancy. They're just going to have them by anybody and try to get in and everybody on this system. So, I just want to share that. Just in case y'all didn't know, I have this short story that I wrote. It's called The Greatest Pain I Ever Felt. A conversation with an absent biological father who never wanted to be found. It's like 50 pages of me talking about when I met my dad for the first time. And by accident. Well, I found out about him by accident. And so it's definitely a ride. So check, it's only $10. It's in PDF format. So if you decide to hit me up on the Cash App, but it's $RicotheOpinionist. Please send me an email address so I can send it right to you after you hit me with the $10. And as always, I appreciate you tuning in. You all know I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Looking forward to a more awesome and opinionated field 2023. Y'all be cool. We'll talk again in the future. Peace.